Well, let's get talking. Now, 1 week after terrorist attack, a train in Kaduna State, over 100 of the passengers are yet to be a lot of figures there. The statement from the Railway Corporation explains that the manifest showed that there were 362 passengers on board the train. However, many Nigerians believe the figures are much higher due to the fraud and manipulations. Many people think that a lot of those figures they don't really believe them. And the agencies, in an updated report, has confirmed that safety of about 14 more passengers on board the train, bringing the total number of safe passengers. A lot of figures, like I said earlier. It will be recalled that the Monday's attack on Kaduna-bound train by terrorists who first used explosives to immobilize the train before shooting at some of the passengers, killed and kidnapped many other passengers. Well, let's get facts and just no more just fiction. Let's just be realistic and know what really happened. And to give us this, to do this, I have the right person joining me via Zoom. He is the managing director of the Nigerian Railway Corporation, Mr. Fidet Ohiria. Good afternoon, sir. It's good to see you.
Good afternoon, Tolu. Good afternoon, Nigerians.
Yes, indeed, it's sad, really sad to look at what happened on the 28th of March. First, tell us, you were there, first-hand information and all of that. Take us through what you think Nigerians really need to know before we go into other details.
The train attack was 6:10 p.m. departure time from Abuja to a place called Rigasa in Kaduna. He left right time, moving to time. At about 7:45, we had an alert that the train did not get to the station, that's Cacao, and that was the next station but he did not get there. Then the station manager has to raise an alert that they have not seen the train. So normally when we have such a situation, we give some few time before going to search, because there was no communication coming from the train. We have radio, and we have GSM, and we have satellite, that's Raya phone on Kaduna Abuja train. So when there was no communication, the search party went, and later they ran back to say that it seemed that the train have issues. They had gunshot, and so we contacted the military, and because we have a standing arrangement with my staff in Kaduna, in Abuja, Kaduna, and they have a working relationship with the military, and they contacted them. And they came, and later on they said they have rescued the train from the terrorists, that we should send a relief train to help move this passenger out. But unfortunately, the relief train also, I think, out of panic, or did not take the necessary precaution, thinking that the incident happened at that very spot where that train is. But it happened before then. The bomb blast happened before the train stopped. So the oncoming train also ran into it, containing locomotive and 4 coaches. But however, the Kaduna State government and the military were on hand to send buses, move people through the footpaths and go to the road. As those injured were taken to the hospital with ambulance, and those not injured were moved by buses. So the following morning, we went to site with the minister, with another set of train. We saw what happened, and naturally, as a human being, I felt it, and we need to take proper precaution, know the exact thing before we talk to the press. That's what happened. By the time we got to Abuja and find out, we printed the manifest, we discovered that we are 398 people bought tickets to travel that day, but the actual people that traveled was 362. That's excluding we have some people who serve food and who clean the train as they go along. So that is the correct and authenticated position of the passengers on the train.
All right.
We had 11 passenger coaches, and they can take a total of 840. But as we know, on Mondays, going up in the evening to Kaduna is not that very, we don't expect a full train because it's the other way around. People from Kaduna coming to work on Monday, we expect, from our records, we know the pattern. So anybody branding any figure up, it's telling them to let that person come out to prove how he got his figure, and let Nigerians know the correct position. If it's 970, if he got 970 and he proved it's 970, you have to work hard to know what is happening. But I don't believe that.
Now, there's something called, before we go to recovery and, trying to re-rail and all of those that you'll be doing as a corporation, let's talk about security on board. Many have been talking about this, and some even say the NRC needs to maybe engage locals and all of that. What are you doing? There were some security men on board. So what are you doing with the issue of security around the corridors?
You see, as a system and as a body, we have a command, full command, headed by a commissioner of police, confirmed commissioner of police, not acting. We also have a command, Nigerian Civil Security and Civil Defense Corps, a full command. And we have some DSS working with us, and we have our regular security who guide the stations and all on. And we have our workers who work on the track. So the issue of security, we had 2 men per coach. We had 18 policemen, I think 6 civil defense personnel on that train, all fully armed. So, and that is the best we can do as at that time. And the unfortunate thing that very, on Friday or thereabouts, there was a community sensitization by the manager in Abuja within that area. It may not be at that very community, but they are where you have the traditional ruler. The community came out, they interacted with them and encouraged them and tell them that this property is our own, let's protect it. We are thinking about people removing cliffs and disconnecting track. That was our major target, not knowing that they are going to lay bomb on the track again. So we used to have also helicopter that goes with, on regular basis when you have the flights. But what we learned that day, the weather was not good for them and they didn't fly. So I don't think. So we are thinking about deploying technology. So, however, before technology comes, I think the security people, we are working with them. We have spoken to the IG. As we speak, he has deployed mobile policemen to along that line now, and they are working there. And the military are there, and the Air Force have also said that what we are now asking that they should extend it to every other line, so that those lines don't become soft spots for the bandits. So we are talking and we are meeting. No, security is not what you express in the public just like that.
Yes,
that's what I can say.
True. I totally agree with you, Mr. Ohira. But let's get more information from you with regards to realignment and, of course, restoration of the rail track. We hear some coaches are back to the Rigasa station. Can you tell us more about that?
No, see, when we go there, we have some tools and equipment. We have crane, we have railing jacks, and we have deployed them. And the staffs are working hard. As of today, 7 coaches have been railed, 6 at Rigasa, 1 at Idu. As of this morning, before this interview, they are working on 2. Hopefully today, another 2 will be railed. While the track engineers and technicians are working to restore the track as a temporary to move all those rolling stock out of sight. Then they will come fully and make the track fit for commercial operation. So that is the program. We hope by Wednesday, Thursday, all the rolling stock will be out of the site, out of the incident site, and another 2-3 days, the track will be restored fully, and we will test maybe with 2 trains empty, without risking anybody's life. What we call trial run again, and later we will maybe when we are sure with the security arrangement with the security department, then we will start operation.
All right, talking about starting operation now. When we talk business, we always like to talk about costs and cost implication of all of this that we are looking at. Yes, very sad incident here, but can we talk a little bit about what this could cost? I remember the minister saying about almost 3 billion will be used to fix this. Does this not re-emphasize that issue of Nigerians getting to appreciate what we can get from the rail system instead of looking for ways to sabotage these efforts?
You see, we are realized that good train operation boosts the economy, improve the commercial activities, and with the little one we have covered, Abuja, Kaduna, Takbe, Warri, and Lagos, Ibadan, we will be moving passengers. Apart from Takbe, Warri, where we are moving pipes for the AKK project, from Apapa to Ibadan, when the track to the port is fully restored or fully connected and commissioned, and we know there will be a lot of freight, and any will come to the railway. But however, the impact on other areas cannot be overemphasized. The train moves timely. You can time yourself and say, if I have a meeting, if I use the train, I will get there at so time. A time is money. And you save the expenses you carry on your vehicle, you spray the wear and tear you spray on the vehicle, and the risk on the road, get tired. Whereas on the train, you can walk conveniently and comfortably, and while on the train. So those things, if we don't have them working and functioning well, we impact on the economy of a nation. So that's why what the government is doing, trying to provide the rail infrastructure, is in the right direction, and we should not discourage them from taking the right step. So on the figure, we know how much we realize on that. We get 350 to 450. We are still looking up, and it was going up, and because of the convenience of the introduction of the e-ticketing, the patronage just went up because you can get the ticket at your convenience. So for the rolling stock, when we get to the workshop, we will evaluate them, those affected by the bomb, by the bullet holes, or by derailment. We will assess them and get the appropriate. I can say we are lucky this time, unlike the previous one. That local that was affected that time, we are still here to fix it. We are still expecting spare parts from the manufacturer. But this time around, that locomotive escaped without being hurt. We were able to start it on the 29th when we got to site and move it to Rigasa. It did not derail, and the engine is running. That's what we are using from Kaduna to Abuja and to sites. From Kaduna to the point of the accident. So on the other, we say 11 plus 3 plus the locomotive. When we move that to site, we check the costs. On the rail, we are talking about 1,350 concrete sleepers, including the fittings that you put on the sleeper. Then when we remove the coaches, we know it's a continuous weather track, and we know the length of the track that are setted and need to be replaced. Then we can now put the figures together. Luckily, the rolling stocks are insured, and the passengers are also insured. So we have a running insurance on the coaches and locomotives, and on the passengers. That's why it's good for people to be properly document themselves when traveling.
Finally, MD, before I let you go, a lot of work being done. I've gotten like 5 press releases from your corporation, and today talking about 186 persons in the manifest are confirmed to be safe and all of that. Now, what's your message to all of the concerned persons, those that are yet to pick calls, those that are not picking calls, those that are not found and all of that? What are you telling them at this time?
And thank you for providing me this medium to talk to them. Those who should pick the phone if they are safe, so that we know how many people we're actually looking for. But the unfortunate situation is that some of the numbers we have found out that they are not correct. The number they use in buying the ticket. Because of this situation now, we are now liaising with the National Identity Card Office, so that if they give us the permission, so that will be a requirement for you to obtain tickets, NIM, so that when you want to buy tickets, instead of only phone number, because we cannot use BVN, so we expect you to put the identification number, so that it will limit people fraudulent practice on the e-ticketing platform. So that is what we are looking at, and we are discussing with the office, and hopefully I know they will cooperate, so that will let us be able to work together and make the life of Nigeria, take them safely, and other people protect them by doing the right thing.
All right, it's a good way to leave it. I must thank you for your time. It's really sad, and we pray that God grants those that lost their lives, families and friends, fortitude to bear that loss. Thank you so much, Mr. Fidet Ohiria. He is the MD of Nigerian Railway Corporation. Thank you, and do enjoy your day. I know a lot of work for you to continue, so just go, and we'll be here to always, bring Nigerians up to speed with whatever development is on ground. Thank you.